Hey, yo, what's going on, family? What's going on? Intergalactic Science Lab lesson. Let's geek out real quick. Check this out. You see that right there? Wow. That's the moon on the left side, right? And for those of you that know, the left side of the brain is masculine, right? And now the moon's on the left side. Check this out. The sun is on the right side of the brain, right? And we all know that the right side of the brain is feminine. Now, we are standing between South 100 and Southwest 104, 105, right? Check this out. When you are standing on your physical plane, right? Physical plane standing here, and you look straight up, you are looking at the top of your skull. This is the top of your head that you're looking at right now. And this, the moon, is the left side of your head, and the sun is the right side of your head. Now peep game. Again, right side is feminine, left side is masculine. So when this happens after a new moon, right? After a new moon, the moon travels on the opposite side of the sun, right? So when a new moon, everything's at 0 point in between your skull. Positive and negative meets in between your skull, right? And then as the moon begins to, as the portal begins to close again, it's now going positive to negative, right? And the sun still goes in its normal direction, right, from east to west. But the moon is now going positive to negative, right? So what that means is the sun is always going to be at the negative, right? Because the sun and moon met at the negative and positive in the front of your skull, which is a new moon. So on June 11th, right? On June 11th, when the full moon is in Ophiuchus, the moon is going to be full in the back of your head in the west, right? The moon is going to be full in the west in the back of your head. All right? You understand that? The moon is going to be full in the back of your head, which is going to be positive to negative. Now, when the moon is going to be new again, it's going to go from positive to negative and meet up with the sun again. And then we're going to be opening the portal for Gemini season. You understand that? We're going to be opening the portal for Gemini season. Right now, we're getting ready to close the portal for Taurus season. Once that moon gets to negative to the back of your head and the imagination, the portal will be closing for Taurus season, for Earth. That too, we are no longer using those distorted names for the energies. Why am I saying this? Because the sound of those names, it causes a distorted ripple in reality and within people. So instead of calling them by their distorted names like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Sag, Aries, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, and Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, instead of calling them by those distorted names and separating those energies, you're going to call them by their real name. Air, fire, water, and earth. You know what I mean? So peep game. If you was to say to somebody, yo, do you like Geminis? Watch their face frown or watch how they change. But then ask them the same question. do you like air? And they'll be like, yeah. Then ask them again, well then why don't you like Geminis? Why don't you like Libras? Why don't you like Aquariuses? It's still air. You see what I'm saying? How the sound of a word can distort someone's feeling just by saying it versus calling it its real name, air. You know what I'm saying? And also in my science class, we give you the pure name of these energies. So you're able to speak those energies to yourself internally to the inner child. This is how you learn to communicate with your mother and father. You learn your volume, your pitch, your tone, your tempo, etc. But teaching you that the sun is on the right side in the west, and the right side is feminine in your head, and the moon is on the left side, which is masculine, and the moon is feminine, you are now reversing your positives and negative and learning the relationship. Because when you're turning left, what are you doing? You're turning subconsciously. What is subconsciously? The moon. The moon is feminine. Boom, there it is. You're now facing forward in your head, turning left is subconsciously. What do you see? The moon. Now you're learning the mental relationship between your subconscious, which is feminine, and the masculine side of your brain. Now, when you turn right, you are now turning consciously. And now the sun is on the feminine side. So now it's a masculine-feminine relationship because you're turning consciously. You see that? Let's geek out. Learn something new today. But that's all for today, family. Intergalactic Communications signing out one more time.